Now we're going to have a little bit of fun right now. I'm going to actually break down in layman's terms with my own AI co-host about the interview that Jake did with AI. So let's get into that right now.
All right, so we're diving into something pretty huge today. AI and the future of sales.
Yeah, it's a topic that's on everyone's mind these days.
It really is. And we've got some incredible insights to unpack straight from Jake.
Now I'm actually using a tool called Google NotebookLM. So I put in Jake's video, a couple other talking points and data sheets. They're going to break down the actual interview, and I'm going to interact with them on that. So we're taking it to another level on reactions and recommendations.
Dunlap's conversation with Get This ChatGPT itself.
I know, right? Talking to the AI about the future of AI, it's pretty meta.
It is so meta, but it's also super insightful. We're going to explore the specific skills you need to thrive as AI starts to reshape the sales world.
And one of the big questions that Dunlap asked ChatGPT was which sales roles are going to be disrupted fastest? And the timeline is it's pretty eye-opening. Oh, hey there, what's up?
Hey, it's Doug. Speaking of timeline, we're pressed for time. Can you hit the 3 specific questions that Jake asked ChatGPT in rapid fire?
Hey, Doug, thanks for chiming in. Absolutely. Let's get right to those key questions Dunlap posed to ChatGPT.
You got it, Doug. Dunlap really wanted to know about the timeline for AI's impact on sales roles.
Okay, so the first big question was when AI will start replacing mid-level sellers.
And ChatGPT's response was pretty direct. It predicted a significant shift around 2030.
Wow, 2030, that's not as far off as you might think.
Exactly. The second crucial question focused on the 3 critical skills sellers need to stay relevant.
And what did the AI say were those must-have skills?
ChatGPT highlighted AI fluency, deep industry expertise, and strategic thinking combined with relationship building.
Those sound like skills we should all be focusing on right now.
Definitely. And the third question was about what sellers should be learning and implementing now.
So what immediate steps did ChatGPT recommend?
It stressed the importance of investing in learning AI tools and developing a deep understanding of your industry.
So really focusing on both the tech and the human sides of sales.
Precisely. Dunlap emphasized that sellers should be proactive and not wait for their companies to provide training. Yep, go on.
I've got to ask though, this Jake Dunlap guy, why should we listen to him as an expert when it comes to AI and selling?
That's a great question, Doug, and it's important to consider the source.
Absolutely. Dunlap isn't just some random talking head on the internet.
Right, he's the CEO of Scaled, a sales consulting firm.
And he works directly with sales teams to help them improve their strategies and performance.
So he's got real-world experience in the sales domain.
Exactly. Plus, this particular episode was unique because he wasn't just sharing his own opinions.
No, he was having a direct conversation with ChatGPT, one of the most advanced AI models out there.
So the insights we're discussing are coming straight from the AI itself based on its vast understanding of trends.
It's like getting the inside scoop directly from the source of the disruption.
Precisely. Dunlap is facilitating that conversation and bringing a sales lens to the AI's perspective.
He's asking the tough questions that sellers and business leaders are thinking about.
And by having this dialogue with ChatGPT, he's offering a pretty novel and data-driven look at the future.
So while it's always good to be critical, his experience in sales combined with the AI's insights makes for a compelling discussion.
Oh, yeah,
I'm a big advocate of what Jake does. Can you provide some of the resources that Jake provides?
That's fantastic to hear, Doug. We're glad you're familiar with Jake's work.
He definitely puts out some valuable content.
While we don't have a comprehensive list of all his resources right here, we can point you in the right direction based on this conversation.
Absolutely. His company is Scale, so checking out their website would be a great starting point.
You'll likely find his consulting services and possibly links to his podcast, AI-Powered Seller.
And of course, this very conversation we're discussing is from an episode of that podcast.
See, I love how they can go deep in the deep dive and pull up information. So it's a reaction to a reaction. And I think it's just a wonderful tool, this Google Notebook LM and what Jake is doing in his podcast. Let's proceed with my co-host in AI, breaking down Jake's conversation with AI.
Right, searching for Jake Dunlap AI-powered seller on your favorite podcast platform or YouTube should bring up a wealth of his content.
He also seems active on LinkedIn, so following him there could provide access to his latest insights and any resources he shares.
Hopefully that gives you a good starting point to explore more of Jake's resources, Doug.
Now, circling back to those critical skills ChatGPT highlighted.
Sounds like a plan. Let's unpack that first crucial one, AI fluency.
Right, as ChatGPT pointed out, it's not just knowing AI exists. Oh, go for it.
All right. You've been throwing around this term AI fluency. Can you just break that down in one sentence in layman's terms?
Thanks for keeping us on our toes, Doug. Let's break down AI fluency in a simpler way.
Okay, let's unpack this. Think of AI fluency as becoming good at speaking the language of AI tools.
Exactly. It's about understanding how these technologies work and how they can help you in your sales role.
So, like knowing how to use tools to do things like research prospects faster.
Precisely. Dunlap's conversation with ChatGPT touched on tools like specialized AI agents.
These agents, as ChatGPT explained, can automate a lot of the initial research.
What's fascinating here is the time savings. ChatGPT estimated you could save up to 70–80% on research.
Wow, instead of spending 5 to 10 hours on research, you could take just 1.5 to 3 hours.
And it's not just about saving time, it's about the quality of the insights you get.
Right, Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Speaking of saving time, let's wrap this up in like about 30 seconds. Rapid fire takeaway from Jake Dunlap's interview with AI.
All right, Doug, rapid fire takeaways it is.
Okay, so the big one is that AI is coming fast.
ChatGPT predicts major impact by 2030.
And to stay relevant, focus on 3 skills
Master AI tools, become an industry expert.
and build strong strategic relationships.
Self-education on AI is absolutely crucial right now.
So specialize and adapt. That's the key takeaway.
Hope that hits the spot for you, Doug.
Thanks for keeping us on our...
Hey, yeah, what's up?
It hit the spot, but we've got a strong Spanish listening audience. Can you repeat that in Spanish briefly?
Claro que sí, doctor. Para nuestra audiencia en español.
La IA viene rápido, intacto grande para 2030.
Para seguir relevante, enfócate en 3 habilidades
Domina herramienta de IA, sé experto en tu industria.
y construye relaciones estratégicas fuertes.
La autoeducación en IA es crucial ahora mismo.
Así que especialízate y adáptate, esa es la clave.
Esperamos que esto les sirva.
Hasta la próxima. Sigan aprendiendo.
And with that, Doug, that brings another episode to a close.
Thanks for joining us. Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
I'm not going to let you go that quickly. Are there any questions that Jake should have pressed AI for? If you had the time to speak with AI, what would you ask AI in the leveraging sales?
Hey, Doug, that's a fantastic question. If we had the chance to dive deeper with AI on leveraging sales.
What's fascinating here is the potential to explore the how more deeply.
Exactly. Jake touched on what skills are needed, but I'd push on how AI can actively help sellers develop them.
For instance, I ask AI for specific scenarios where sellers struggle with strategic thinking and how AI tools can provide actionable insights in those moments.
Oh, that's good. Like in...
That is great insight, and I believe Jake will be doing that in future episodes. If I know him quite well, he's always out there educating and training.
That's really insightful, Doug. It sounds like you have a good sense of Jake's approach.
Yeah, knowing he's focused on education and training makes perfect sense given the pace of change.
It reinforces the idea that understanding the how is just as critical as the what.
Because that deep client understanding is key to building those strong relationships.
Right. And considering the rapid evolution, continually pressing AI for more specific guidance makes total sense.
Absolutely. On a practical level, I'd still be curious to get even more specific AI tool recommendations.
Beyond just categories, the actual names and functionalities would be so helpful for sellers.
Because knowing where to start with self-education is half the battle.
Exactly. And as I was saying, explore.
Oh, yeah. Go on.
Would you say AI fluency in layman's terms, perhaps?
Absolutely, Doug. Let's put it in even simpler terms.
Okay, let's unpack this. Imagine you're learning a new language, right?
Exactly. AI fluency is like learning the basic words and grammar of AI tools.
So instead of struggling to understand what an AI tool does,
You start to get a feel for how it works and what it can help you with.
think of it like knowing how to use the Translate app on your phone.
You don't need to know all the technical coding behind it.
but you understand how to use it to communicate in a different language.
Similarly, with AI fluency, you learn how to use AI tools.
To do things like find information faster or understand customer data better.
It's about being comfortable enough to use these tools effectively in your daily work.
So it's not about becoming a tech expert overnight.
Not at all. It's about gaining practical skills to make your sales process smarter.
Agreed. Now, building on the idea of these essential skills ChatGPT highlighted.
Let's start by really digging into that first one, AI fluency.
Okay, let's unpack this. Think of, oh, go for it.
We're about to wrap this up. Where do you see the future trends with virtual selling when it comes to AI and video?
Hey, Doug, that's a really timely question as we're discussing AI's impact.
Absolutely. When we look at the future of virtual selling with AI and video,
We're seeing a real convergence of personalized experiences.
think about AI analyzing video interactions in real time,
It could provide sellers with immediate feedback on their delivery.
or even suggest talking points based on the prospect's engagement.
And for the buyer, AI could tailor video content specifically to their needs.
Imagine a personalized product demo generated on the fly.
That's where the efficiency ChatGPT mentioned really comes into play,
Exactly. AI can also automate follow-ups with personalized video messages.
making those connections feel more human, even in a virtual space.
What's fascinating here is how AI can enhance, not replace, that human touch in video.
So we'll likely see more interactive and data-driven video sales experiences.
And there you have it, somewhat of a breakdown of a breakdown. I use Google NotebookLM. I put in Jake Dunlap's actual video interview with ChatGPT, and we broke it down further using AI to analyze AI. And I think that's where we're headed in sales, with sales agents talking to buyers, agents, etc. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this reaction and recommendation. I'm adding a new style to it with my co-host in AI, breaking down topics and videos. Video content like Jake Dunlap's YouTube channel is a great resource to go out there and make your mark. And definitely AI fluency and education. That's where we're headed, and keeping it social with video in layman's terms.